Here's the final video that covers point 3, the 3 main issues that someone had when looking at overcoming persistent pain. See if this one helps you on your way. Point 3 that was raised: I was diagnosed with structural issues decades ago. It coincided when I was going through a very stressful period, helping with physical work on our home. So it made sense at the time, and I felt that my joints were always going to be compromised, as I couldn't help as I had physically done before. So look at what happened there. The pain came on, as it would with physical overload, but it also came at a very stressful time, and there's probably an obligation for the person to push on hard during that time, more sustained, more consistently than would normally be required of most humans, beyond and above and beyond the call of duty, let's say. Now that's sufficient a length of time to habituate the protective reactions that can get linked with pain. So I'm tired but I have to keep going, I'm in pain but I have to keep pushing through. So if your nervous system sees you respond to pain by pushing through, it has to up the ante and keep it on longer, because it doesn't matter how much you want to push on, there's only a threshold by which it can survive, and beyond that you potentially enter the disease process and tissue damage and trauma. So the signs of that effort can be seen in the body, but you don't have to have pain. However, if there's sufficient times never been allowed for the nervous system to come out of that fear state, or it's been perpetuated through beliefs and reactions, you can see how it continues. Now, unconsciously, what the pain protects you from is the same level of stress, same level of physical overload, but the threshold for that now is lower. So it's much lower than would normally be required if you had rest and digest and you did the things that you're meant to do when you reach those thresholds. So the nervous system now's got this lower level, but if it protected you then, it will protect you now based on just in case you go back to those behaviours. And it doesn't matter whether those behaviours are a year ago or 10 years ago. If you got burnt out from driving to London and back from the northeast, and it's 5 or 6 hour drive, and you did it every day for 6 weeks, or you did it for 6 months, or you had to, you're looking after a dying relative or a work commitment, so it was just a real challenging time, you had to do it, and you pushed through the pain and exhaustion to do it, and then burnt out, and you had a physical pain from that, and you allowed yourself a little bit of recovery. What do you think your brain and body would do as soon as you even got into the car again? It doesn't know the difference whether you're going to drive round the shop or you're actually going to drive to London again. So if the pain's been a way to say no to people because you find it easier that way, then it does it for you. It keeps you safe. And I suppose when you've got these chronic patterns that have done that for you, if there's been a benefit in the pain, by way that it helps you set a boundary with other people, or physical tasks that you normally demand of yourself, or work situations or relationship situations, then you've got to decide, can I set those boundaries without needing the pain to do it? And that's something to consider. But if you're happy to set the boundaries for yourself and say, I don't need this level of pain now, I'm going to set the conditions of safety much lower and calmer, then the threshold starts to lift without you even pushing through. And remember, the default with people is go hard or go home, to the point where they start fearing, I daren't even go at all. So it's either fight or flight, or freeze and fawn through pain, or because of pain. Well, we have to look at pain and say, this is me being psychologically flexible. I'm going to see the pain as just this protective mechanism, that I'm going to put capacity in the tank first, with all the calm stuff first. Then I'm going to start to nudge the boundary once I've got capacity in the system for reacting calmly or responding calmly to the pain, whether I anticipate it, whether I feel it, whether I can kind of take it on a little bit and stay calm. And it's really that flexibility and adaptability as the challenges get more: speed, load, duration, physical elements, psychological elements, and you start taking all the facets of where the pain may appear, being respectful of whether you're 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 or 70. You're not changing the structures themselves where you believe the pain would be, you're changing the conditioning around it. And it's that adaptability that can really liberate you from persistent pain. I hope those 3 explanations help cover some of the challenges that we face with recovery from persistent pain, because recovery is possible.